Hi guys, this is Judit Ressinka here, strength and conditioning coach and personal trainer from Move Pain Free. This is part 2 of insulin sensitivity. I would just like to quickly recap what we were talking about in video 11. I was talking you through about the role of insulin. I will talk about it today a little bit more. We established and discovered that the leaner you are, the less body fat you have, the more insulin sensitive you are. Whether it's a thumb of rule, there is an interrelation, and just believe me that this is the case. So clearly lean people are having a better regulation and a better blood sugar control and a better regulation intake of carbohydrates. Maybe it is paced out better. The form of carbohydrates might be more complex, so less readily available for the body. Therefore the insulin response is much slower. The insulin doesn't spikes high, but just gradually increases and then gradually putting the carbohydrates away, or the body has the time to use it up for our everyday activities, so it doesn't need to be stored. Either ways, you have to establish better eating patterns. So if you're a client of mine, you're receiving the emails on this now. I have created a weekly email list and weekly emails and email series I'm sending out, so you can read more about this balance and pacing out your diet in your emails. If you haven't signed up for that, please do sign up. I have sent out invitations. If you haven't received an invitation, let me know. So we established the leaner you are, the better your insulin sensitivity is. Also, we discussed that you just simply can't continue eating the same amount of carbs than before, otherwise your body is not going to change. We don't need that much carbs. We have to realize that every processed food, every sauce, everything that your vegetables and fruits are standing in has excess amount of sugar. So we are overloaded, we overindulging ourselves in sugar, in very easy, readily available sugar that the body doesn't need. So start looking at the label, start cutting out little things, start changing your sauces from these bottled French dressings to olive oil, to vinegar, to other sources that don't contain sugar. What else? We mentioned that foods are needed, what fats are needed in a diet. That's where I stopped actually yesterday. So I was talking about cod liver oil last, mentioned that you should be looking for the most expensive cod liver oil available on the market. Why? Because it is very likely sourced well and sourced from waters where the salmon is still living in a relatively unpoisoned environment. So look around in North America. There are a couple of really good brands, and read up on them. Don't just buy anything when you start this journey and you're afraid of taking supplements, which you will need. Then please look around and shop around. Yeah, get good quality supplements. Okay, so protein, how much is needed? I told you, okay, increase your protein intake, but you're just looking at me and then you're unsure what I mean by that. Well, you thought that you have eaten enough protein because you had milk in the morning and you had a slice of salmon at lunchtime, or sushi rolls at lunchtime, and you have a stir fry in the evening, or a spaghetti bolognese. Okay, that's not going to be enough, not even for a small woman. So we're looking at getting in anything from 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per body pound. So that would mean 1.62 grams of protein per body kilogram. Loads of people talking about lean body weight. Let's just go with the thumb of rule that you want to gradually increase your protein intake to this 1.6 to 0.1 gram of body weight kilogram, and you do that from morning time. So your breakfast has to contain more proteins. So maybe you can think to have a little porridge, because you love that. That's fine. You have a small handful of nuts with it, yeah, or even a teaspoon of coconut oil. But you need the protein. So what you're going to do, you might going to have, and this is going to sound a bit harsh, but you might going to have a chicken breast. It can be that it doesn't satisfy you, so you might want to have red meat. Yes, I know many of you can imagine only bacon, but if you can eat bacon in the morning, you can definitely eat a very thin slice of steak as well, I assume. Okay, it sounds too harsh for you, so okay, have your egg omelette with bacon and a half avocado. Swallow another small tablespoon of coconut oil. Okay, so breakfast is sorted. Then lunch approaches. Instead of just having one small slice of salmon that you usually get, you would need 1.5 slices to get at least 30-35 grams of protein with that. Yeah, so you made your calculation in your head. I hope that your body weight times 1.6 or 2.0. So you adding these things up. How do you add it up? Use an application, MyFitnessPal. Easy. You can use it on your phone, on your tablets, on your computer. And just log it in until you learn these things. It's quite easy. On the computer it will give you the summary of everything. So you're going to see it on one page. You have a little carbohydrates with it, more protein, less carbohydrate, loads of vegetables, and again a good source of fat, some on your salad or with your salad, or in form of seed paste, nut paste. Then evening approaches. What are you going to have? Let's say you're going to have a stir fry, but then you have to have at least a chicken breast worth of meat. And this is not a small chicken breast I'm talking about. You want to have a nice piece, large piece of chicken breast. And again, loads of vegetables. If any carbohydrate, maybe quinoa, something light to digest. But some people, especially if you're stressed, you will see that you will sleep much better if you have some carbohydrate with your